Welcome to the ancient world of Greek mythology, where gods mingled with mortals, and heroic deeds were etched into the stars. Today, we embark on a thrilling journey to the kingdom of Calydon, a land of fertile plains and proud people. This is the story of the Calydonian Boar Hunt, a tale of courage, pride, and the capricious whims of the gods. Our tale begins with King Ennius of Calydon, a ruler respected and loved by his people. Each year, he offered the finest fruits of the harvest to the gods, thanking them for their blessings. But one year, amidst the celebrations and the clamor of the feast, a grave oversight occurred. In his offerings, King Ennius honored Zeus, Poseidon, Athena, and many others, but he forgot Artemis, the goddess of the hunt, wilderness, and wild animals. Perhaps it was a simple mistake, but to the gods, such slights were unforgivable. High upon Mount Olympus, Artemis seethed. "They have forgotten me," she murmured, her eyes narrowing. "I, who watch over their forests and fill their lands with game." With a wave of her hand, she summoned a beast born of divine fury, a boar of monstrous size, with bristles like iron, eyes that burned like embers, and tusks sharp enough to pierce the strongest armor. The Calydonian boar descended upon the land like a storm. Fields were trampled, vineyards uprooted, and anyone who dared cross its path was met with a swift and brutal end. The once peaceful kingdom was plunged into chaos and fear. Farmers abandoned their lands, families huddled in terror, and the people cried out to their king. "Ennius, our homes are destroyed. Our lives are in peril. Save us from this nightmare." Realizing the dire situation, King Ennius knew that ordinary hunters stood no chance against such a beast. He decided to call upon the greatest heroes of Greece, offering the boar's magnificent hide and eternal glory as a reward. Messengers were sent across the land, bearing the king's plea. The allure of glory drew many renowned heroes to Calydon. From distant Iolcus came Jason, captain of the Argo. From Athens arrived Theseus, the slayer of the Minotaur. The mighty twins Castor and Pollux, sons of Zeus, also joined the cause. The heroes assembled in the royal courtyard, a sight to behold, each with their own stories of great courage. Meleager, the prince of Calydon, greeted them with open arms. Tall and strong, with eyes that reflected both wisdom and courage, he was eager to lead the hunt. Then came Atalanta, a name whispered among men and gods alike. Clad in simple hunting attire, her presence commanded respect. She was known not just for her unparalleled speed but also for her sharp mind and unyielding spirit. As Atalanta approached, the murmur among the heroes grew louder. "Is that a woman?" whispered one. "What place does she have here?" scoffed another. Meleager stepped forward, his gaze fixed on her. "Atalanta, the famed huntress of Arcadia," he said with a smile. "Your reputation precedes you." She met his gaze confidently. "I have come to join the hunt and rid your land of this menace." A burly hero named Plexippus, Meleager's uncle, sneered. "We have no need for a woman in this company. Return home before you get hurt." Meleager's eyes flashed with defiance. "Courage and skill know no gender, uncle. Atalanta is as welcome as any here." Plexippus grumbled but held his tongue. The other heroes exchanged glances, some nodding in agreement, others still doubtful. With the sun rising, casting golden hues over the land, the heroes prepared for the hunt. They sharpened their spears, strung their bows, and whispered prayers to the gods. Atalanta stood apart, checking her arrows, when Meleager approached. "I admire your bravery," he said softly. She glanced at him. "I seek only to prove myself and do what is right." He nodded. "Together, we will succeed." As they ventured into the dense forest, shadows danced among the trees. The air was thick with tension. Birds fell silent, and even the wind seemed to hold its breath. Without warning, the ground shook. Trees snapped like twigs as the boar charged into view, its roar echoing like thunder. The sheer size of the beast took their breath away. "Steady," shouted Theseus, raising his spear. The first volley of spears was launched, but the boar moved with unnatural speed. Weapons clattered harmlessly to the ground or glanced off its tough hide. An unfortunate hunter named Hylias was caught off guard. The boar's tusk caught him, lifting him off his feet before tossing him aside like a rag doll. Cries of alarm filled the air. Some heroes started to lose strength, but Atlanta stood firm. She drew an arrow, her hands steady, her eyes locked onto the beast. Atlanta released her arrow. It sliced through the air, embedding itself deep into the boar's side. The beast bellowed in pain, its eyes now fixed on her. "She wounded it," exclaimed Meleager, awe in his voice. Emboldened, the heroes rallied. But the boar was enraged. It charged towards Atlanta, intent on revenge. She leaped aside with agility, narrowly avoiding the deadly tusks. Meleager hurled his spear, striking the boar's shoulder, but it only seemed to fuel its fury. The forest became a battleground. The heroes attacked in unison, trying to corner the beast. The boar fought back ferociously, wounding several more hunters. Amphiaraus, a wise seer among them, shouted, "We must outsmart it, not overpower it." Atlanta called out, "Drive it towards the ravine. There, it cannot move easily." Meleager caught on. "She's right. Surround it and guide it that way." Through coordinated efforts, they herded the boar towards a narrow ravine. The beast hesitated, sensing the trap. Atlanta took aim once more, this time aiming for the eye. Her arrow flew true, striking the boar's left eye, blinding it on one side. Roaring in agony, the boar thrashed about. Meleager seized the moment. With a swift and powerful thrust, he plunged his spear into the beast's heart. Time seemed to stand still. The boar staggered, then collapsed to the ground with a resounding thud. Cheers erupted from the hunters. "Victory!" they cried. Relief and joy washed over them. As the adrenaline subsided, Meleager approached Atlanta. "The honor of the first strike was yours. You deserve the prize," he said, offering her the boar's hide and tusks. Atlanta was surprised. It was a team effort. We all played a part. Plexippus and Toxius, Meleager's uncles, stepped forward angrily. "This is unacceptable." Plexippus spat. "The spoils belong to us, not to some woman." Meleager's expression darkened. "She earned it fairly." Toxius sneered. "Are you so smitten that you'd disgrace your own family?" Meleager's grip tightened on his spear. "Mind your words, uncle." The other heroes watched uneasily as the argument escalated. "Let's not let pride contaminate our victory," Jason cautioned. But Plexippus was unrelenting. "We will not stand by while our honor is stolen." In a flash, Plexippus lunged at Atlanta, attempting to snatch the hide from her grasp. Meleager intervened, pushing him back. "Enough!" Meleager roared. "I will defend her honor, even against my own kin." Blinded by rage, Plexippus and Toxius drew their weapons. The clash was swift and brutal. In the heat of the moment, Meleager's spear found its mark, and his uncle's fell. Silence fell over the group. Horror and disbelief painted their faces. Atlanta whispered, "What have you done?" Meleager's eyes were filled with turmoil. "I had no choice." Word of the tragic event reached Queen Althea. Grief-stricken at the death of her brothers, she remembered the prophecy tied to Meleager's life. Long ago, the fates had decreed that Meleager would live only as long as a certain log remained unburned. Althea had kept it hidden all these years. Consumed by vengeance and sorrow, she retrieved the log and, with trembling hands, cast it into the fire. As the flames consumed the wood, Meleager felt a sudden weakness. He collapsed, pain searing through his body. "Mother!" he gasped, understanding what was happening. The heroes gathered around him, helpless. Atlanta knelt beside him, tears in her eyes. "Forgive me," he whispered, his voice fading. And with that, Meleager passed into the realm of shadows. The Calydonian Boar Hunt, once a quest for glory, ended in tragedy. It stands as a timeless reminder of how pride, anger, and the meddling of gods can lead to one's downfall. Atlanta returned home, carrying not just the boar's hide but also the weight of the sorrowful events. The heroes parted ways, each reflecting on the fragile nature of honor and life. This tale teaches us that true heroism is not just about bravery in battle but also about wisdom, humility, and respect for all, regardless of status or gender. Thank you for journeying with us through this epic and poignant legend of Greek mythology. The story of the Calydonian Boar Hunt resonates even today, reminding us of the complexities of human nature. If this tale moved you, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with fellow mythology enthusiasts. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more captivating stories from myths around the world. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What lessons do you draw from this story? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, may the tales of old continue to inspire and teach us.